Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I wanted to take a little time and talk about chapters 1, just chapter 1 right now, just briefly, just a few minutes before you look at my lecture on chapters 1 and 21. Before you study my lecture about chapters 1 and 21, that's the title in the module. Um, Actually, if you just follow along, hit next each time. Uh, Hit the start button and then just hit next each time. You can stay on track that way. But before we get into the lecture, which is very detailed, I'll give you an introduction here. The chapter Introduction to Earth Science opens by listing and describing what sciences comprise the encompassing heading of Earth Science. This includes geology, oceanography, meteorology, astronomy, uh, environmental science, all of those. And it goes on to introduce the concept of scales of space and time. The nature of scientific inquiry is also discussed. The chapter explains the origins and creation of the Earth and solar system while noting the differences in how the inner and outer planets formed. Earth's four major spheres are addressed, and these spheres are the hydrosphere, atmosphere, biosphere, and geosphere. The chapter looks at Earth's internal structure from both a physical properties and a chemical composition point of view. This leads to the concept of plate tectonics, actually my favorite topic, and it also leads to a brief introduction to plate boundary types. And then there's a quick overview of the difference between major continental features and major oceanic features that follow. The chapter wraps up by discussing how and why Earth is a system, cites examples of feedback loops, and how people interact with the Earth system. Okay, here's what I want you to focus on in this chapter. After reading, studying, and discussing the chapter on Canvas, you should be able to list and describe the sciences that collectively make up Earth science. Discuss the scales of space and time in Earth science. Discuss the nature of scientific inquiry and distinguish between a hypothesis and a theory. 3. Outline the stages in the formation of a solar system, our solar system. 4. List and describe Earth's four major spheres. 5. Label a diagram that shows Earth's internal structure. So you should be able to briefly explain why the geosphere can be described as being mobile. 6. List and describe the major features of the continents and the ocean basins. 7, and number 7 is the final one for chapter 1. You should be able to define the word system and explain why Earth is considered to be a system. Okay, that's enough for now. I want you to look over the PDF lecture by hitting the next button below. Below and to the right, I think it is, for chapter 1. And I cover the concepts of the chapter that I just went over. Though I gave you the general idea, and then I cover each of the concepts in more detail. Of course, the book is giving you all the detail, much more detail. So begin again. Again, what I said at the beginning. Read the chapter. I don't care if you listen to my videos or look at my lecture. Read the chapter for sure. Study it. Make sure you understand it. Okay? So the lectures are just going to help you with that. It's the best way to understand your class that you're taking. All right? Now I've got these concepts all in the lecture that's coming up after this. I recommend you download the PDF file instead of look at it online through Canvas, because there's some graphics that are missing that I have to work on. I don't know why they're missing, but I'm working on that. Okay? Thank you.